Miss Peaches. Oh, Miss Peaches.
If that doesn't tug at your heartstrings, you might be dead inside. Welcome back to the Cypress Room, where we dive deep on influencing with integrity. This is a podcast for creators, and I'm Christina Mascari.
And I'm Meggie Honeycutt. And welcome back. We're back in the podcast studio today.
Solo dolo, no guest today.
No guest today.
But it's never solo dolo because I always have you. So it's always the two of us together, which is so nice.
It is. And this is another conceptual idea from me.
Yes, I love your ideas.
Based on content that I have been consuming.
Yes.
And you know, we've talked in the past on this podcast how I love animal rescue content. I'm a sucker for it. Every time. And there's one particular animal account that has really gone viral.
And if you haven't heard about this one, I'm honestly worried about you because it is everywhere.
It really is. So we wanted to talk about Miss Peaches.
The famous Miss Peaches, Meggie.
Famous Miss Peaches.
Hi, Peaches. Sweet girl. Sweet girl. Peaches. Where are you going? David, Miss Peaches. Come on, Peaches. Time to go out. Come on, Peaches. New hotel room for you to discover. Peaches. Miss Peaches, I don't think those are your sunglasses. Miss Peaches, I'm talking to you. Hi, Peaches on the treetop. Miss Peaches, what happened? Miss Peaches, what did we do? Come on, Miss Peaches. Come on. Come on, Peaches. Come on. Good girl, Peaches.
And really, I mean, Miss Peaches and a couple of other accounts, but just how unique this is that this content isn't run by a nonprofit, but they're using this platform for a purpose to benefit a lot of organizations. And so I kind of want to just talk about a platform with a purpose, starting off with Miss Peaches today. But stick around until the end of the podcast because you know we're going to have our favorite things at the end as well. So stick around for that. But yes, Miss Peaches. And actually, you guys will never believe this. I mean, I was invested in Miss Peaches from the start. And Christina here hadn't even heard about it.
Although it was on my husband's radar because my husband is a huge bar stool guy. He loves El Presidente, who does the pizza reviews. Michael always watches all the pizza reviews. So he was in my sphere. I just hadn't heard about Miss Peaches yet. And she hadn't come across my feed yet on TikTok or on Instagram.
Wild.
Okay, Miss Peaches, we gotta tell people your story. You were in Atlanta and they rescued 26 dogs from a breeding, hoarding, neglect situation. Where are you going, Miss Peaches? Come on, we gotta tell our story, Miss Peaches. So the name of the organization Miss Peaches. The name of the organization that saved you was Lifeline Rescue Project in Atlanta. Like I said, they rescued 26 dogs. Miss Peaches, lucky for me, was one of them because she's an angel. So we're raising money and we're going to give it all to Lifeline for saving Miss Peaches and the other dogs in Atlanta.
Just to give you guys, if you're not familiar with this, okay, so Barstool Sports is owned, right?
It's owned. He bought it back.
Okay, by Dave Portnoy. And Dave Portnoy recently, I want to say it's been 3 months, almost exactly. He adopted a pitty mix named Miss Peaches from a rescue in Atlanta called Lifeline Animal Rescue. And he created an Instagram and a TikTok to feature Miss Peaches.
Yeah.
Now, 3 months later, let's think about that.
3 months
later.
Yeah.
Miss Peaches has over 1 million followers on Instagram and about 633,000 over on TikTok.
That's wild.
She has gone viral, which is just so crazy because the content isn't necessarily curated or telling a story. It's really just him videoing
his life with his dog.
And she has just captured the hearts of almost 2 million people.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us in the Cypress Room today. Your support means so much to us, and we wanted to share a new way that you can invest in our community.
We now have our own store where you can get your Cypress Room merch like hoodies, shirts, hats, and more.
And not only can you rep the Cypress Room brand and its mission of influencing with integrity, but your purchase will directly help fund this channel.
That way we can keep bringing you interviews with your favorite creators and all the knowledge you need to help grow your brand and your business.
Our shop is linked in the description box of every video we make, and you can also view pictures of each product tagged in each video, and we really appreciate your support.
And at the same time, really softening the image of someone who in the past
doesn't necessarily have a really positive.
Yes, he's very polarizing.
He's very
figure.
polarizing. That's such a perfect word for it. You either love him or you hate him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of people had real strong feelings one way or another about Dave Portnoy. But Miss Peaches has united people.
Well, and some people are still out on Dave Portnoy, but everybody loves Miss Peaches.
I know.
Which is cool too.
And I'm going to play a clip because this is the part that got me to think, like, is this a genius PR move or just happened by accident? There's all of these clips of people talking about how much they dislike Dave Portnoy, but now they like him, and they're all in on Miss Peaches.
His name Dave. I really wanted to hate him, honestly. But he went and adopted like the most unadoptable pit bull, like mama from this rescue group. Her name's Miss Peaches.
Following this guy Dave since he got Miss Peaches. Love Miss Peaches. Saw one of his videos before. It was like a pizza video, and I was like, no. And then I came across this video with Miss Peaches when he adopted her, and I was like, oh my goodness, I love her. She's so cute. All her videos are so cute.
Well, and I will tell you, we've seen Miss Peaches merch out in the wild around here in Nashville.
Have you really?
Yes, absolutely. And when we see it, me and my husband are like, Miss Peaches. Like when we saw her merch, we said that to her and she knew what we were talking about. And it's like you instantly bond with people, which is super cool too.
Yes. And I have to tell you out there who are watching that Dave Portnoy created a whole line of merch featuring Miss Peaches, and he's giving 100% of the proceeds to different animal rescue organizations. And so far, they've raised almost $1 million.
Hey everybody, hey Miss Peaches, tell we have very exciting news. So as I've been saying, all Miss Peaches merch we're donating to charities. We raise another $100,000, Miss Peaches, another $100,000.
Well, and she has gotten so much PR too that he is going on there being like, please stop sending her stuff. Like send it to your local shelter or do something, like donate that money. Like please stop sending her stuff because she is so spoiled. She has everything she needs.
I know. Isn't that wild? And he actually took her, I was telling Christina, to the Final Four. And I'm going to show this clip now. He had a meet and greet where people came and he was just standing there while everybody's around Miss Peaches.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really just a funny like change of occurrences for Dave Portnoy. Love it. And you know, here at the Cypress Room, one of our main missions and the thing we talk about all the time is influencing with integrity and using your influence to make a positive change in the world. And I think this is such a wonderful example of that, of making that positive change. But it also got me thinking, what do you think the thing is about this type of content that gets people so excited that they're drawn to it?
Yeah, the first part is obviously Miss Peaches is so sweet, and just thinking of her being rescued out of whatever she had been subject to before. She was a pit bull, so it looked like maybe people had been fighting her in fights, which is illegal. It's just so sad. So to see someone rescued out of that, like a helpless little animal, I'm sorry, but if that doesn't tug at your heartstrings, you might be dead inside. So like animal content, I think is very easy to relate to because it's such a beautiful story watching her come out of that hardship and being loved on and taken care of. Like that's just heartwarming. Animals are just cute and they don't have opinions. So like that she's not going to upset somebody with something that she does or say. And we're all so easily offendable on the internet these days. If you have something mean to say about Miss Peaches, like people were saying she was like ugly or like so ugly she's cute. Like those are the most controversial things I've seen said about her. So I think that's a piece. And then the piece that you cannot plan, that cannot be a PR stunt, whatever anybody wants to say about Dave Portnoy, like because he's so polarizing and he has this, attitude where he's just out there and he'll go off on anybody and so opinionated, to see him softened.
Yes.
Like he can't fake that. Okay. Like this dog has melted a piece of his heart.
The voice.
The voice.
The voice.
Y'all, the voice. Miss Peaches.
Famous Miss Peaches. Oh, Miss Peaches.
We do it all the time and it just brings a smile to my face too. And like I want to see what Miss Peaches is up to. Like I want to see, oh my gosh, she ate his $300 pair of sunglasses. She's flying to Miami. She's in New York. Like it's also like an extravagant lifestyle that kind of makes you want to watch and stuff, but just all the shenanigans she's getting into and the way like this man loves this dog and just is letting us into that and showcasing us that it's just this perfect storm that I don't think anybody could have planned out.
Yeah. I think the other thing too is about accounts like this is it kind of unites people because it's not polarizing. It's not full of opinions or
it's not political.
It's not political. Yeah. It's really something that anybody and everybody can gather around and engage in. And it's so heartwarming. It is so precious, like to see that she was rescued out of, a not so great situation. And now she's just living the high life and we get to watch her go through that. And I think it was very smart of Dave Portnoy to see that and also say, oh, well, this is an opportunity to bless not only the place that she was rescued from, but multiple other organizations as well. And
say what you want to say about him. I mean, he is set for life. He is a smart businessman. He knows content. So, I mean, it doesn't surprise me that he's been able to capitalize and turn this into really great content because he has like teams behind him. Who knows who's actually like running the content behind the scenes. But to say like any money that comes in through this, I'm going to give away. He doesn't have to do that. I don't care how like, what your opinions are of him. That takes a lot because it's a lot of money that she's bringing
almost
in.
$1 million.
And like the brand deals that she could get from pet companies and Amazon, like she'd be a bigger Amazon influencer than half the people that I know, who could sell more stuff. So there's just like so much opportunity there. It'll be interesting to see like where he goes with it, if they start monetizing her in other ways or if they just keep her as this charitable, charitable arm. But like I think that takes a lot of credit to actually give money away and like put your money where your mouth is, because he didn't have to do that.
Yes. Yeah. And did you see that Mrs. Peach's original owners resurfaced and were trying to
No, that makes me so angry.
Back. Yeah. It was a whole thing, which is also sad that this neglected dog got a good life and then they saw, maybe she could be a moneymaker. Yeah.
That makes me sad.
It is sad.
I'm going to not Google that story when we get off of here because I don't want that tainting my Miss Peaches experience.
I love that account. I will continue to follow it. And
she's so sweet, y'all. If you just look into her eyes, you will immediately fall in love with her.
She definitely is a special dog because I was just thinking as I was watching it, like, my dog with that many people around it, he's friendly to a point. She just lays there. Like the queen she was meant to be with all of her fans.
Miss Peaches.
Miss Peaches.
Oh my gosh.
I love her.
I love that you love animal content because I would have never had the idea to talk about this, and look at how much joy it's bringing me.
I know. It really is so fun. Okay. So I want to shift gears and talk about another one of my favorite animal accounts, and that is the Dogist. Now, are you familiar with this one?
I am not.
Okay.
So why don't you just play us a clip so everybody can get familiar,
Okay.
like your favorite clip.
Dog's name?
This is Butter.
Butter.
Yeah.
How did Butter get his name?
Everything's better with butter.
All right, Butter. Would you like to have a little photo shoot in exchange for this cookie? Yeah. How old is he?
1.5.
That's a Butter Hop. How much does he weigh now?
It's probably pushing 115.
That's a good Butter. Wow. What's his personality like? Any funny stories so far?
He's just everyone's best friend. It could take an hour, to walk just around the track here because
He has so many
he
fans.
protests.
Oh,
and he has a lot of fans that have to stop and
Yeah.
say hi. And
This is his
he'll
peaceful
probably
protest.
Roll over and
Yeah.
show his belly. And,
Yeah, there we go.
There it is.
Oh, yeah. Whenever you see another Bernese, do you say, I can't believe it's not Butter?
He's been waiting for his day to meet you because you met Mateo once upon a time.
Yeah.
And you called Mateo the mayor of McCarran Park.
I see.
And he's
And
been running
he's
for mayor ever
He's
since.
a political adversary.
No,
they're-
he's friends with Mateo.
they're friends.
Mateo was his first friend. This is a respectful competition. When he's out here protesting, I say he's canvassing.
Trying to get signatures and...
I'm marrying into a Bernese family. I grew up with a Schnauzer.
I see.
I always thought it was going to be the no shed life. I met their burners, and
Yeah.
now we have our own.
Oh, it's a dance. Yeah? All right, Butter. It was a pleasure meeting you. I'll see you around. It's true. Butter does go well with everything. Now we just need to find a dog named Toast.
Okay. I am unwell. I am unwell.
Okay.
I see why you like this content, but this content never shows up in my feed. I think I'm too my content's really fast and funny.
Yeah.
I like funny content, but this, oh my gosh, right to the heartstrings.
Yeah. Okay. So the Dogist, if you're not familiar, is an account that has 1.8 million TikTok followers, 7.2 million Instagram
Holy
followers.
crap.
And it was created in 2013 by Elias Friedman. And his goal was to create just a happy place on the internet for dog lovers. And the genesis of it is that he got fired from his corporate job and was burnt out on corporate life and took inspiration from accounts like Humans of New York and the Sartorialist,
yeah.
if you've ever
Yeah.
followed those. But he wanted to translate that to his love of dogs. So he set out on the streets of New York he goes up to people who are walking their dogs and asks them, he's a photographer, if he can photograph their dogs.
Speaking of dogs, Murphy is always a part of the Cypress Room, you guys. You have no ideas how many barks we edit out of our videos.
So he goes out on the streets of New York, takes portraits of dogs, and kind of talks to the owners and asks them questions about the dog's personality, what they love about having a dog, sometimes it's about the kind of breed they are or the rescue they came from, and just basically takes portraits and asks these questions and films it all. And now he doesn't just do New York. He travels all over the world.
Oh, that's so cool.
He's photographed over 50,000 dogs. He's written 2 New York Times bestsellers.
Oh my gosh. I could imagine these beautiful photos. He's
Yeah.
made books out of them and they're bestsellers.
Yes, and people can buy the portraits of their animals. I've seen a lot of them. He's been doing it for so long that now he'll run into people who he photographed their dog 10 years ago and it passed away. And so they purchased the portraits and now they have a new dog, and it's just such a fun story. And what he'll do now is he'll feature dogs that are being fostered through local rescues on the channel, and he's finding all these dogs homes. He also has partnered with America's Vet Dogs, where he raises money to provide veterans with service animals, and it's just so cool. He now uses his platform to make a difference, and it's all centered around dogs.
And he's earning a living, and he's able
earning a
to
living.
help people. This is wow.
And he's
Maggie.
famous. He's so famous now that in New York, most of the time when he approaches people, they'll be like, what? Like, yes.
No way. This is
Because
so cool.
he-
And I have no idea.
I know. And he travels all over America now. And he's even gone, I've seen him go to Mexico and some other places as well. But I just love it. I love seeing all the different dog breeds. I love hearing the stories. And I'm always imagining, like, what would I say about my dog if he
Oh my
stopped
gosh,
me?
that's really cute.
Yeah. Plus, he takes stunning pictures.
Stunning
Like,
photos.
they're gorgeous, beautiful pictures of all these different dogs. And yeah, it's just, I think it's so cool. Again, it goes back to doing something around your passion.
Yeah.
Creating a platform around your passion. And he's really been able to do that. And he'll even
And
photograph cats
He's been
sometimes.
doing it for 10 years.
10 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And he
Let's dream big about having him on the podcast.
I
How
know.
cool would that be?
and he'll do partnerships sometimes with different like dog food places.
Does he have any
stuff.
of his own line of products?
No,
Really?
not yet.
That's shocking.
I know. It really is just such a unique
Yeah.
platform. And
this is one of those cases where we're sitting here and being like, what are you passionate about? Like, it totally reminds me of having Shay Manning on
Yes.
from Free Spirit Equestrian. Like, nothing you do is too niche. Like,
Yeah.
especially like, look at the connection with those two, like with animals. People love animals. If you have a
Yes.
passion for animals,
yes,
maybe, I don't even know, like, what if you're a dog groomer and you just start sharing like how you groom dogs?
Oh,
and
I
the
follow
story
accounts like
Do
that.
you? Okay,
Yes,
so
I
see,
do.
there's already people out there, but they're so like, when you think, oh, that's too specific. Oh, that'll never work. You never know if you don't try.
No, and the thing about this type of content is the people you target is such a wide audience.
Yeah.
Really, like it's not so okay. Only this type of people like dogs. I mean,
Well, it's not only dog owners. Like
Right.
it's good storytelling, which is,
Yes.
always usually a component in these really successful things. There's a proponent of like helping,
yes,
like with all the different things he does with what you were talking about, the America's Vet Dogs and things like that. So there's a purpose, there's a cause behind, you're supporting this person. Not only are you supporting their endeavors and their life, but you're supporting something that maybe you're passionate about or just helping others. It's like, it's a win-win
yes.
to like support his content. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm probably going to binge his content now.
I know, it's
I'm
really
definitely
fun.
hit follow. I'm so sorry, the Dogist, that I was not following you yet, but I'm an instant fan after
Yes.
watching like 2 TikToks. It's wild.
Yeah, it's fun. I am a big fan of animal content. You can see why it.
Yes.
Like,
Well,
it's-
and I don't know why I didn't know that about you. The first time I learned that about Meggie, because when you're we talk about that spotlight effect of like, you're just in your own lane and you think everybody does things like you do and like watches the content that you watch. But we were like at Haven together and we roomed together when we're at that DIY conference together for content creators. And she was relaxing and going to bed and unwinding and having introverted time. And she was like done talking to me about business and just like, I'm trying to go to sleep and decompress. And she is were you watching the Dodo?
yes.
probably.
Oh, that's another one I really love.
Okay. So is the Dodo animal rescue stuff too?
The Dodo is more. It is animal rescue, but it's also unique stories about animal friendships and
See, and I didn't
Different.
know this about her, that like in her spare time, she wants to watch cats playing with yarn.
or animals that have funny
Yes.
quirks or
Yes.
like, yeah.
But I see, like, I've watched literally 2 TikToks of this, and I'm thinking about my Miss Peaches experience. It is a very joy and happy inducing feeling.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe I'm doom scrolling a little bit too much, and I need to get some of this in my algorithm.
I know. I
in
like
my
the happy endings.
Oh, this
It's
is why
like-
this is why you're such a gentle and like calm person, because this is the content you're consuming.
Yes, it's like the best kind of before and afters of
Yeah.
like these rescue
Aw.
stories, and yeah, I like a happy ending. Okay, so my last account that I wanted to talk about is a little bit different, same. There's some similarities. Okay, so there's this account. He is on Instagram with 3.2 million followers, TikTok with 8.7 million, and YouTube with 2 million followers. And it's an account called SB Mowing. And it's this young guy. I assume he's young. I'm guessing age, but maybe late 20s.
Younger than us.
Younger than us.
Which is relative.
It's started by this guy named Spencer, and who he just found joy in lawn care and serving his community. And so his whole platform, what he does is he mows overgrown lawns. Like he just drives through kind of abandoned neighborhoods or maybe people who are down and out and does all their lawn care for them, films the whole process, does a before and after. And I mean, his views are wild. Wild.
His views are wild.
I noticed your yard was getting kind of long. I was going to offer to mow it for you for free. Yeah, I won't charge you anything.
Hey everyone, this is Spencer with SB Mowing. As I was driving around this neighborhood, I saw some grass growing out into the street about 4 houses down. I thought it may be something that I would like to take care of, and I confirmed that upon driving up to it. Luckily, the homeowner was sitting out in the front lawn, so I hopped out of my truck to talk to her. I told her I'd love to take care of her lawn absolutely free. She thought it was super weird, but she let me go ahead and get started. So I spent the next 9 hours completely transforming this yard. The first hour I spent picking up all the trash in the yard. Then the next 6 hours I took to edge up the curb and dig out the entire sidewalk. Finally, my Hustler mower helped to cut the super tall grass. Be sure to click that follow button to best support my work, and go check out the full transformation with the after photos linked on my profile.
It's like super satisfying. I don't know if you guys like to weed your yard. I don't like to ever be like, oh, I'm going to go weed in my yard. But once I get into it, the satisfaction of getting that out and like the progress, like you're never dissatisfied with the before and after of yard work. And so his is like yard work on speed.
Yes.
And someone else is doing the work. So it's way much more fun to watch. Ever since you sent me his name and his content, I have been binging it and I love watching it. So ever since you sent me SB Mowing, I have been hooked because his videos are so satisfying to watch.
Yes, they are very satisfying before and afters. I love that he really did just start it out wanting to serve the community and people who couldn't care for their lawns.
Now, did he have his own lawn care business before he started doing that? And I bet he just mows for free now because of the money he's making on the content.
Yes.
Am I assuming right? That is just so cool.
Okay, but so the connection, the animal connection here
Okay.
is how I found SB Mowing. I know maybe this is a little far-fetched, but okay, so he went to mow the lawn of an abandoned house and he found an injured cat hiding in the grass. And this is how I found him, because I guess animal content just shows up in my feed. But he finds this cat, and instead of just like abandoning it and not caring for it, he like goes to work trying to find a cat rescue that will help this injured cat because it like couldn't walk on one of its legs. And so he finds this cat sanctuary and films the whole process. He has a whole video on it. I'll show some clips here.
I found this cat laying in the yard, just in the grass. I was blowing stuff all over it and it didn't move. I didn't even see it. So when I was picking up some of the trash and some of the junk, I saw her just laying there, and she was letting me pet her and everything. It wasn't moving, but I think she's got a wound kind of underneath her leg. I'm not really sure what happened, but seems like she's kind of hurting, so I'm not really sure what to do, whether I should take her into the vet or take her to the I'm not really sure what to do, guys.
Can you bring her in between 12 and 6 today?
Yeah, I absolutely can. All right, so Edgar and Ivy's Cat Rescue here in Corpus Christi said they're going to check out the cat. I'm going to bring it in real quick and see if they can get her all fixed up. They're giving him antibiotics to fight any infections of the abscess. They also gave him medicine to kill any maggots or worms, and then they gave him some food before introducing him to his cozy new bed while he heals. All right, everyone, this place is amazing. It's called Edgar and Ivy's Cat Sanctuary here in Corpus Christi. And to go down in the description, I'm going to link everything of theirs. Let's send them supplies. Let's get some volunteers for them. Donate, whatever you guys can do. We're going to make the first donation to start it off, and then we'll see where it goes.
He takes the cat to this cat sanctuary and ends up telling the whole story of this cat sanctuary. This cat sanctuary, nurtures this cat back to health, takes care of it. He interviews the owner. She tells the whole story. He ends up naming the cat after SB Mowing. Aww. And follows the journey, but also makes a plea to his followers to if they want to make a donation to this cat sanctuary, and ended up raising almost $200,000 to help them, which was the most money they had ever had
in like
the history of
this cat rescue. I'm sure.
Cat rescue. And so
where was this located?
This was in Corpus Christi, Texas,
okay,
I believe.
Cool.
And so of course I just loved the animal piece on top of the good he is already doing in his platform. But, you know, I think just this and all three of these platforms, I love that they're using it for a purpose. They're not nonprofits at all, but they're using their influence, their space to help out, to contribute in a positive way to these different organizations. And so, yeah, I just loved that about SB Mowing. And not only is he taking care of people's lawns, blessing them in that way, doing it for free, he also will help animals that he finds too.
So you were sold then?
I was sold. I was sold then. And he's on our list of people to get on this podcast too. He's also from my hometown.
Big. I mean, Miss Peaches, Dave Portnoy too. I know. If we're going to dream big, let's dream really big,
let's
right?
Dream really big. Why not?
Yeah, but I mean, I just love this. You're looking at 3 different things that didn't have a business plan, didn't have this big like dream to be content creators, just were kind of chasing after something that they loved or something maybe that just fell in their lap and they stewarded, and look at what it's turned into. Just like 3 examples of that, I think is super powerful to take a look at. And again, it just reminds me, like, my world is so small sometimes because the people that I interact with and people that even the people that we interview on here, we've had a lot of furniture flippers. We've had a lot of DIYers because that's my world. That's my sphere. But being able to like take a step back and really see how much opportunity there is, and really see that there is so many different types of content that people want to consume, that whatever matters to you like might matter to somebody else. So don't ever discount like what you're passionate about or what you love, even if you feel like it's really specific and not, popular.
Yeah. I mean, that is the thing that I love about social media and content creation, is even something that nobody would consider like sexy or fun, like lawn care. Lawn care. I mean, when you watch his videos, it's literally...
You can't stop watching in the middle.
No, because you want to see the end.
Cut out of one of his videos early. Never.
And he's literally just mowing a lawn, and it's sped up a little bit with some music behind it.
He must have so much data. I can't imagine the amounts of data and clouds and drives that he has.
But it's not complex. It's not complicated. Yeah. It's really just, he's passionate about lawn care and community service, and he combined the two.
And being vulnerable enough to just put your face on the internet and let people say to you what they want to say to you.
Yeah. And now he has his whole own line of lawn care tools.
Oh, I have seen that.
All these different tools. He has tons of brand deals. Plus his views are insane. I mean, like 50 million views. And yeah, he's just a young guy who likes to mow lawns.
So tag him like in the comments if you guys would love to see him interviewed on on the Cypress Room. We'll leave, his information down below. We'll link Miss Peaches. We'll link the Dogist so you guys can check out all these accounts. Meggie, you have the best ideas. This was so fun, and it's really brought me a lot of joy today.
Oh, I'm glad. But I want to know too, like, I bet our followers follow some accounts we've never heard of.
That's true.
That are doing the same thing. So if there's an account that you like love to follow that is using their platform to make a positive change in the world and is like super niche and unique, share it.
Yeah, share it in the comments.
Because I love learning about those accounts, and I love seeing that there's so many different ways to create a platform, so many ways to create content, so many subjects, and nothing is too wild or crazy. Like I think I've told you before, my daughter follows a guy whose content's all about fish.
Yes, you have told me this.
And he has millions of subscribers. So nothing is too out there or
I love
niche.
it.
I love to hear about it all. And yeah. It was fun.
So nice.
Fun conversation.
Cool.
So now we can talk about our favorite things, and I will share a dog-related
I'm going to share a dog-related thing too.
Okay, so maybe we should share. I'm going to share a picture of my dog here.
Oh, yeah.
My little
Charlie dog.
Neurotic Charlie dog.
He has the tiniest legs, you guys. It's so cute.
Okay, so just a little backstory on Charles. He is a Bichon Shih Tzu mix who happens to be a very picky eater. And we had to change his diet because he was having allergy issues and he did not like it so much. So I found this stuff called Native Pet bone broth for dogs.
Oh,
and it is
no, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I did not know this story. Okay.
And so it is a meal topper for dogs. And it's just this little scoop of powder you mix with a 1/4 cup of water, mix it up, and you pour it on top of their food. And he loves it. And it also has some health benefits like immune support, and it helps their coat and their joints and stuff like that. I can't speak to that because I
can't ask him.
I can't ask him and tell him. But I will say this dog who used to go on hunger strikes for days, not wanting to eat his food, now like sits and waits for us to pour his bone broth over his food. He's so bougie. But I love it. And we get it on Amazon.
That's fun. Well, you guys have seen Murphy coming in and out of the shot today because he is very needy today. He likes to sit right in the room when we're podcasting. So you probably see his tail a lot if you're watching us. And Meggie, unfortunately, has to edit all his barking out because he is a golden doodle and he barks when anybody comes to the door. He loves everyone, but he's a little needy. He likes to be like right on top of you. But something that we have gotten for him that he loves that kind of pulls him from wanting to sit on our laps is his bed. Oh. And it's actually a BedSure orthopedic dog bed. And if you're not familiar with BedSure, they are a brand that I love on Amazon. And I actually just redid my whole daughter's bed with their stuff. So they have, they have human products too. And my husband got this on deal on Amazon, I think around Black Friday. And we had just had like some random pillow that he would sleep on and we put it by the fireplace and he liked it. But Mike got him this bougie bed that I was like, he does not need that. But let me tell you, he loves it. If he is not sitting on top of us, he is laying in that bed, whether the fireplace is on or not on or off. And they have a bunch of different sizes. So we got the size that like fits him perfectly, that he can burrow in there. It has a non-skid bottom, so it doesn't like fly all around the room. It like stays in place where you put it. It has a waterproof topper, so it's like not leaky. Like when he drools and things, it's not leaking into the pillow, and you can take the cover off and wash it. And it's not like super ugly to look at, so I don't mind. I wish my husband would have consulted me on the color he got, because he got gray. That doesn't really vibe with our interior, but it's fine. But they have a bunch of different colors, a bunch of different sizes, and it actually goes on sale a lot on Amazon. It just was on sale during their big spring sale, and we got it on sale during Black Friday. So definitely check that out and save it, because it does go on sale a lot during the year. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Our little bougie dogs that we love.
I know. Oh my gosh, this was such a fun podcast.
This was fun. I loved it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us in the Cypress Room today. Go ahead and give us a follow on Instagram if you don't already. Be sure to like and subscribe here on YouTube if you don't already. We'd love to have you as part of our community. So thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next time in the Cypress Room.